So, have you faced anybody that has like a name, like a big name wrestler?
Well, so far, I wrestled Alexa Thatcher. She's up and coming. I believe she's had a few matches for TNA, so she's making a name for herself. I had a match with Benji from the Howard Stern Show,
Oh man.
and that's probably the biggest name so far. I mean, I've been on shows with other big names, but I haven't wrestled them. You know what? I actually had a match against Larry Winters,
Oh
and
really?
best around, I was in a six-man with the Pitbull and Aramis against the best around Larry Winters. That was pretty cool.
So, a lot of fans know that you made your big mark in ECW, but you first started off in WWE back in the late '80s. And what was that like to be starting off in the WWE during a period where it was at its highest peak?
Oh, it was a great experience. And then from there we went to New Zealand and wrestled in the Olympic Stadium against the Guerreros for one tour. Another tour we went against the British Bulldogs. So, I mean, the experience that I was getting with my partner was unbelievable. We worked every tag team there is, including the Hart Foundation, the Brothers, the Twin Towers, the Barbarians. I mean, you name that, we worked them.
Like I said, I've watched you for many years, and you've had quite a few tag team partners. Who would you say has been your greatest tag team partner in your mind?
Well, it was a couple of guys. Well, actually, it was all three guys was really good. I hate to really just choose, but it was number one when I started off when I was a PYT, the pretty young thing. I'm still kind of looking good. What my old lady told me, but anyway, I was teamed up with Bobby Eaton, Ebony and Ivory. And then I was teamed up with the Owen Hart. Me and Owen Hart was a devastating tag team up in the big league with Vince McMahon. But some kind of way he pulled the plug on that deal, and just kind of shot me back in left field. I don't know what the reason why I had to be an outfielder, and when I was a first baseman, and when I was a pitcher.
Who were you trained by?
I trained with Stanley and Steve Kerr when they were called the Fabulous Ones as a tag team, and then after that, Tojo Yamamoto, and after that, Bob Armstrong.
Back when you began wrestling, did you like it when the feds and the promoters put you against mostly men? Like, I know I seen you fought like Ken Kennedy before and Sean Daivari. Did you like that, or do you like wrestling women?
Well, I did when I first started. I did like wrestling the guys because they did all the work. They helped me out a lot. But now, like the new age, I think wrestling girls is more my thing. But back in the day when I first started, I loved wrestling guys because I would learn so much, and I didn't know shit. So it was a learning experience. Right now, I mean, I just hang with the girls for right now.
Yeah, I could see like you versus Awesome Kong better for you because of your background versus maybe you versus Velvet Sky. I mean, two totally different kinds of wrestling for them, but I think you're the tougher kind instead of the little pretty girl like Velvet Sky. But I think you might have a better chance off with like I guess that Awesome Kong or something like that. But
It's fun. It's fun wrestling all sorts of different girls because that way, you get different matches and stuff. Like wrestling a pretty girl is kind of fun throwing her around.
yeah. So how much of you could you bench press?
My best bench pressing competition was 805 pounds. My best squat was 1,220 pounds, and I was the first man to break the world record in squat at 1,200 pounds, and the third man to bench over 800 pounds.
Besides WrestleMania 24, have you witnessed any firsthand?
I think I've been to about 6 WrestleManias. My first one was, let's see, I think it was WrestleMania 17, when it was at the Astrodome in Houston. I believe that was 17. And then went to the one in Madison 20 in Madison Square Garden, and then 21 in LA, and then 22 in Chicago, then 23. What was 23? What was that? Wasn't that? Was that Chicago? Maybe that was Chicago. I've been to probably about 6 or 7 of them.
Who was one of your favorite wrestlers growing up?
Oh, man. Well, I know I mentioned a few before. I mean, God, there's so many over the years. I mean, so many good ones. I mean, I remember some of the older ones. I mean, I remember Les Thornton. I mean, he was like one of the greatest cruiserweight champions at the time. Back then, it was known as NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, World Junior Heavyweight Championship. And, I mean, it was, guys like him. And, oh, man, he had Carl Cox of Florida, the Garvins, Ronnie Garvin, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. And, then you have north, you had guys like Bruno Sammartino. And, out west, you had guys like, Nick Bockwinkel, Vern Gagne, Kurt DeHennig. I mean, those guys like that, man, that, and gals too, you had Sherry Martel, Fabulous Moolah, and you got gals like that, guys and gals like that paved the way for all of us, you know what I mean, to do what we do. I mean, guys like me is like forever grateful for what they paid for us.